Alrighty. Hello? What's up, Hex Dad? Where is everyone, man? 8 viewers? Am I shadow banned or some shit? It's been a while, guys. You guys know my internet. Every time I usually try to stream, I did not buy. What's up, guys? What's up, J Trades? Should you get your money out of USDC? It's a very hard thing to say because, you know, people who didn't sell their UST, right? Look what happened to UST, right? So I don't want to tell you, hey, I think you should sell it, right? But, I mean, people were looking at UST over here thinking it was going to repeg, right? All the way up there, you know, people thought it was going to repeg and it didn't. And so it would suck if that happened again, right? But you know what will also suck is if someone tells you, hey, sell your USDC, it's too dangerous. And then here it is at 90 cents. It goes back up to $1. And now you just sold at a 10% loss for nothing, right? And then you're going to be pissed at me. And you're going to be like, well, why'd I sell? You know, I should have never sold. I should have listened. It repegged. You were fudding. It's like, I'm not fudding, right? People didn't sell their UST. Boom. Now today, USDC could recover. And then you're going to be mad you sold at a 10% loss. So I can't tell you the definitive answer, you know? You have to decide for yourself. Nobody knows, right? All I know as a trader is how much money will I lose if we come back up to $1. I'm going to lose 30% of around 20K, which is around 5 to 6K. So that's all I know. I don't know what you should do. I don't know. Yeah, guys, if you can short USDC if you're on Bybit. Guys, go to my Twitter. I just posted a link for you guys. Let's go ahead and I can't type that in. J Trades, any chance you'd be able to give everyone my tweet? If you could maybe copy paste my tweet if you're there into the thing so everyone can decide. I mean, I'm not even encouraging anyone to short. I mean, when I sent out the message to everyone in crash alerts, we were at 94 cents. So we've dropped 4%. So, like, you know, guys, I want to say at this point, right, if you're shorting at 90 cents, now there's 10% upside. 10% upside on 5x leverage, you could lose 50% of your money, not 30%. So now it's a different trade, right? Now, what's funny is when I see bullish divergence like this, I always want to long it, right? But I also remember UST had a bunch of bullish divergence on the way down, and you would think to long it, and clearly you don't want to long it. Now, guys, there's a very real chance USDC is going to come back up to $1. I would say it's 50-50. So it's a very dangerous thing to be going and putting large amounts of money on this, knowing it's a 50-50. The thing is, like I said on Twitter, if it pays off, right? If it doesn't pay off, you're going to lose 30% if you shorted in my live real-time alert that I sent to everyone. But if you're shorting now, or the lower we go, okay, and for example, I've seen this right here. People are saying Circle has 26% of its USDC reserved in the banks, Silvergate, Silicon Valley. So let's say 26% is not covered. It's not going to be that hard for someone to come along and help them with that 26%. 26% of the USDC reserves, I think the USDC reserves is like 40 to 60 billion dollars. So you need $15 billion of support to help bring back USDC back up. And I promise you, Coinbase, Circle, they have friends, they have buddies that could come in and save the day for them. Now, we don't know if they will, right? Nobody knows. But I'm just saying, don't think that I am here saying, oh, 100% USDC is going to go down. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying it's totally a 50-50. We don't know. I don't know. You don't know. Now, if someone does know, congrats. But, I don't. So I'm not going to act like I do. I just know that if we come back up, I'm going to lose $6,000. And if we come down, I'm going to make $80,000 plus dollars, right? If we come down to 10 cents, kind of like UST, I'm going to make $81,000, right? So I know that if we come back up, I'll lose $6,000. If we go down, I'll make $81,000. And considering it's a 50-50 shot, whether they get bailed out or not, I will take that any day of the week. I am okay with losing $6,000 for what I believe is around a 50-50 shot, right? We can use this as a reason to regulate crypto, to take on-ramps off the table and make it harder for people to get in crypto, right? And we can enforce CBDCs or government-controlled stable currencies on the blockchain. So this can go both ways. We don't know. All we know is the objective risk in front of us and what we could gain. So I am totally cool with losing $6,000, knowing that there's a very real chance maybe I'll make $80,000 plus dollars if things go down all the way like they could. It's really that simple. At this point, I'm risking 9K, am I? No, I'm not. Look, entry price 0.93. So if we go back up to $1, I'm risking $6,500. So yeah, like I said, and here's the cool thing is, I know a lot of you guys are freaking leverage maniacs and you guys go and get liquidated all the time. Well, look, if you go on 5x leverage, it's impossible to get liquidated. You could hold this short for the rest of your life. You could hold this short in 2050 maybe, unless the trading pairs close. You cannot get liquidated on this trade. It's impossible to get liquidated if you short on 5x leverage. Now, why not set the stop loss 1K in profit at least? I mean, I could, but it's a volatile thing, and so what could happen, for example, is the news could say, they could do a bluff, right? They could do a bluff. So Coinbase or Circle or someone could come and say, hey, everything is going to be okay. Don't you worry at all, right? Kind of like Do Kwon could say that, and it could be a bullish thing for Terra Luna. But what does UST and Luna ultimately do? It collapses, right? So some bullish thing could say, some stupid tweet or announcement could come out, and it pumps back up to 0.95, 0.96, and then dumps back down to 0.8, right? So for me, I mean, if you want to set your stop loss and profit, you can, right? It's up to you. And at any moment, guys, okay, you need to understand, at any moment, some announcement can come out, the government can bail us out, something can happen, and this, we can go back up to $1 in 1 second. Not 1 second, but it'll probably take like 10 minutes max, I would think, or I don't know how long, right? These things don't really happen often, so you can't really say with certainty what would happen. But like, guys, any second, you see how I'm up $2,000, and then I'm up $6,000. I don't care about my P&L. All I know is Within seconds, we could pop right back up to $1 and I could lose $6,500. Am I comfortable with that? Yes. So do I need to set my stop loss and profit? Not really. Because I'm just preparing for like, all right, we come back up, I'm going to lose 6,500. Yeah, I could set my stop loss and profit. Who knows though? It's up to you. Femex won't let you withdraw or convert USDC. I actually just withdrew some money from Femex. So either I withdrew just in time, or you are trying to withdraw USDC, or you're trying to convert USDC. And that is why I'm just going to say I'm thankful that I had nothing to do with USDC. I absolutely hate USDC because it's associated with Coinbase, and Coinbase is one of the most criminal companies on this planet. Coinbase has like 8,000 of my dollars frozen on their platform, and they won't let it go. And I know I'm not the only person who's had trouble with Coinbase. Coinbase is a completely criminal company. They freeze your money. You try to contact support, and the support will never answer. And if they do answer, they give you bullshit responses. They don't want you to get your money out of Coinbase. And you can see why they want to keep your money on Coinbase. For situations like this, bro, they're going down. Fuck Coinbase. I fucking hate Coinbase. USDC isn't pegged to an algorithm of some other token. Yes, but you know what USDC is? It's an actual company that says, hey, we're holding these reserves. We are holding $40 billion and we will exchange it 1-to-1. Well, if the companies that are going down, right, that own and back the USDC are going down, then does that not make sense how that, I don't really know how to explain it, but I don't know. Does that not make sense? You're acting as if this is so much different than UST. It may not be an algorithmic stablecoin, but it's still a company behind USDC that has to 1-to-1 back the USDC. And if they can't back it 1-to-1, for example, if 26% is down, right? If 26% of the reserves are gone, then based on that, you would say that the price is like 74 cents, right? If they've lost 26% of the reserves, then the price is at least 74 cents, if that's correct. But also you need to consider that part of their 26% that they've lost in reserves, a lot of this could have been levered up, and on top of that, we don't know. There's so much junk. There's so many crazy things that you can do. So maybe more than 26% is on the line. We don't know. So it's not an algorithmic stablecoin, but it's a company that actually has to back it 1-to-1. So for example, Cracked TV, if you told me you have $100,000 and you will back it with a stablecoin 1-to-1 with me, but you just went and lost $50,000, but you gave me $100,000 of your stablecoin, I'm gonna come back to you and I'm gonna say, hey, can I get my $100,000 back? And you're gonna be like, shit, Crashes, I only have $50,000, so I can't return to you your $100,000 in stablecoin because I only have $50,000. So then what is the stablecoin worth at that point? The stablecoin is not stable. It's going to be worth 50 cents because you only have $50,000 to issue me back, right? If you go and blow that money, if you go and lose the money that you're supposed to guarantee to back 1-to-1 with me, but you don't have that money, then that money cannot be worth that much anymore. Now, once again, the government can bail them out. Someone can step in and save the day and say, you know what, Circle, you know what, Coinbase, we got you. We're going to cover this $15-20 billion, and we want to make sure that people are safe and no one is hurt, right? That could happen, and in that case, boom, repeg to $1 within 10 minutes, I lose $6,500. You're so shocked how Bitcoin is holding with USDC dumping. I don't think it's shocking at all, because a lot of people are scared, right, of USDT, for example, right? Everyone's always said that USDT is the dangerous one, But right now, obviously, it's going up because everyone is shifting out of USDC, which makes USDT more valuable right now in the short term. But, you know, a lot of people are going to be scared to rotate their money into USDT. There's been a lot of Binance FUD as well. So a lot of people are going to be scared to rotate their money into BUSD. And so a lot of people are going to have no choice but to actually convert their shit into Ethereum, into Bitcoin, an actual decentralized currency, which I think is a beautiful thing. I love that, you know? So it's actually not that surprising, and that Bitcoin's holding up well, in my opinion, you know? Exactly. Would you rather have a literal dog shit stablecoin, or would you rather have Bitcoin? Of course you would rather have Bitcoin in the event that your stablecoin is going to hell, you know? And then if you're one of the people who doesn't have confidence in USDT or Binance USD, then you have no choice but to shift into Bitcoin or Ethereum, you know? So it's not that surprising. Why would I short DAI though? DAI. How badly is DAI depegging? It's at 91 cents. So it's holding up better than USDC so far. Now, what I don't know, okay, so here's the thing about DAI. DAI is like a over collateralized stable coin. So let's say instead of, you know, 1-to-1 backing, they got like $1.50 backing it. Now, what I don't know for sure with DAI is, are they backing it with USDC, or are they backing it with Ethereum as the collateral, right? So if they're backing it with Ethereum, then DAI should be fine. But if they're actually backing DAI with USDC, then DAI is fucked probably too. But I still feel like, I'm not sure if someone knows exactly. If USDC fails, are assets at risk that are stored on Coinbase? Well, think about Coinbase. Coinbase is a regulated exchange in the US. It's publicly listed, so I think you would be in a lot better situation than you would be on FTX, right, if you have money on Coinbase. But, you know, for the love of crypto, why the hell does anyone have their money on Coinbase? You know, Coinbase is the worst place you could ever put your money. Those guys freeze your money. They have the worst customer support. Who puts their money on Coinbase, man? The only reason I have like $8,000 on Coinbase that's stuck on there now for over a year is because they had an API which accepts payments from customers, which, you know, that's the only reason I ever have money on Coinbase, is because they have the whole infrastructure to accept the payments. It goes straight to Coinbase, and then you withdraw it from there. And basically what I did is I withdrew it every single day, every single week. But then basically I reached a point in which I had made too many sales without undergoing KYC. And so now, of course, they want you to do KYC to get that money out. And then even if you do KYC, which I tried to do, no, they won't let the money out. So it's pointless. It's useless. One second, guys. I'm going to upload a thumbnail for the stream. Oh, that was quick. So, you know, to me, the trade is very simple. I know a lot of you guys are very emotional, and I would be very emotional, for example, if I had a lot of money stored on Coinbase. I'm not talking about that, though. I'm talking about from a trade perspective, right? You're in my alerts, or you follow me on Twitter, and you saw my tweet, right? You saw my tweet, and you jumped in on the short with me, right? I'm just talking about this small little short we have opened up. $18,000, $20,000 short. That's all I'm talking about right now. From that perspective, I don't care if USDC repegs and I lose $6,500, right? Because that's the cost of business. I'm risking $6,500 if it comes back up. And then if it doesn't come back up, I mean, I'm already up, right? 6,000. So it's like the risk and the reward is already equal. But then the thing is, we can go way, way, way lower. So once again, I'm not a salty baby here if we come back up. I mean, of course, you know, I would rather make money than lose money, but at the same time, it's a trade. It's like we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if they're going to get bailed out. We don't know if it's going to repeg to $1 or not. We just know that if the shit pops back up to $1, you're going to lose $6,000. If this shit doesn't come back up to $1, you're going to make a good bit of money. So I think, based on what we're seeing, whether it's true information or not, if it is true that Circle has 26% of it, and banks, including Silvergate and Silicon Valley banks, then based on losing 26% of your reserves, you would think we're coming down to 74 cents at least, in my opinion, right? Now, once again, any moment, any second, some announcement, some tweet could come out, bam, repeg to $1, or bam, pump up to 95, back down because it's a fake hope, right? Like Do Kwon giving everyone hope. Don't worry, you know, we're going to repeg, it's going to be okay. Price pumps. And then, boom, gets shut down because actually, no, he can't save the day. So these are all the things that can happen. And at the end of the day, the only thing that you can control is what is your risk if we go back up to $1. I already told you my risk if we come back up to $1, right? My risk is if we come back up to $1, I will lose $6,500. It's impossible to get liquidated on this trade. So I'm open. I'm set up for all situations. We come back up, right? The U.S. government bails out Coinbase. Boom, minus 6,500. We come back up. I'm probably going to be down minus 3,000 here, right? But I don't care, right? I don't care because I've already planned for my worst case right here. So if it pumps back up, okay, so what? I'm waiting. I think it's going to get smacked back down just like a Do Kwon Hope, tweet, right? You know, because at any point they could say, hey, guys, everything's okay. Don't worry. Everything's going to be great. Market pumps a little, and then back down. And then I'm also ready for the shit to go to zero, right? So it's very simple for me, right? I have it laid out. No matter what happens, I'm cool with it, you know? And that's what you want to do. Whatever happens, happens. Very simple, guys. Tweet us that you're going live, bro. All right. Let me see if I can make a tweet. Although you're already watching. Guys, if you want to go and retweet my tweet right here, I would appreciate that. Can you believe it's only got 17 likes, you know? Guess the algorithm doesn't want to see people winning, right? The algorithm doesn't want you to short Coinbase to shit. So, I'm probably going to go to sleep in like 30 minutes to an hour max. And, you know, I know a lot of you guys would be watching this like a hawk and, you know, praying it doesn't come back up. But me, like I said, okay, if I was risking $2 here, would you care? No. If you know, like that's the thing, right? And everyone has their own amount that they're comfortable risking. So for me, totally cool with losing 6,500. But what if I was risking $20? Would I care if it came back up? Especially no, I wouldn't care if it came back up with $20 risk. All right, so what's your risk? Define that for yourself. I can't answer that for you. But I guarantee you, if you're risking $1, would you care? No. And that's how I feel about risking 6,500 right now. It's like I'm risking $1. Now, how would I feel about risking $1 million? Yeah, you're damn right. I would not go to sleep right now. I'd be like watching this shit like it was freaking, you know, crazy. I wouldn't be able to go to sleep if I was risking $1 million here, right? I'd be watching it the whole time. I'd be watching the 1 minute chart, losing my mind right now. Every green candle, I'd be freaking out. Just freaking, you know. You have to include your current P&L in your risk. I mean, that's what you think. I don't think that. Is this updating? Yeah, guys, if you would retweet this, I'd appreciate it. It's wild, man. I don't know why. I guess I'm just not in the algorithm's good terms right now because I haven't uploaded much or done much. All right, Crack TV, whatever you say, buddy. I really don't care. Oof. Now DAI is falling harder than USDC now. Does anyone know, is DAI backed by, is it backed by US dollars? I'm sorry, is it backed by USDC, or is it backed by Ethereum, or is it backed by a combination of both? I'm gonna erase this right here. Enjoy the fireworks, guys. Guys, like, once again, I don't think you realize how fast a simple tweet, a simple announcement saying, hey guys, everything's okay, bam. You know, you just gotta be ready for that. Because I can already tell, like, if this shit pumps back up to $1, which it can literally do that any second, I already know, bro. People are like, oh my god, you lost, you fucking idiot. I can't believe you. I can't believe you freaking lost. You should have set your stop loss at profit. It's like, no, leave me alone. I'm risking 6,000 to make 80,000 plus. That's it. I'll go to sleep on that. I don't need your commentary. DAI was backed by USDC but switched to wrapped ETH and has only 3 million in USDC. Huh, so maybe DAI is actually okay, right? Bitcoin's crashing harder. Let's check out Bitcoin. We got USDC, we got DAI, we got USDT. So I wanna check out Bitcoin. It's not crashing hard, really. But guys, if you're in the alerts, we should probably maybe move our stop loss to break even on the Bitcoin long. I'm gonna tell everyone that right now. Move loss to break. Wait, actually, we may not even be in profit right now on that. So we got a tiny Bitcoin long right now. I think my entry was like right around here. But I'm not logged in onto BitGet right now. Let's see. Yeah, I'm down $170. Nah, I'll just keep it open. I don't care. I'm only risking $1,700 on that one. My entry on Bitcoin is 20,216 on BitGet. But this is Kraken and it's different. Bam. But I'm actually losing $140 here on my phone. You guys can't see it right now. Siddharth Menda, Siddharth, at the very beginning of the stream, I broke down the explanation of how I don't want to tell anyone whether you should sell USDC or not. Because basically, like I said, it's a 50-50. We could repeg, guys, within seconds. We could be back up to $1, right? And then you're going to be pissed that you sold your USDC here. But then it could be down at 10 cents and you're going to be pissed that you didn't sell it here. So who knows, right? Because UST, people thought it was going to repeg and it didn't. So I'm not going to repeat just because I know people who have been here since the beginning of the stream, you guys have already heard me say that, but like, look at UST right here was at 85 cents. Look how crazy that looks, right? So it's like it's a tiny little thing, right? Like, it's just crazy to look at. Right here you are at 88 cents, thinking, oh, maybe it's gonna repeg. Let me not panic. It's all FUD. Everything's gonna be okay. It's just the bear market getting to people. Oh shit, Do Kwon, save me. And here it is, down at 2 cents. So it's like, I can't tell you. I don't know what the truth is. I don't know what's gonna happen. I just know that if we pump back up to $1, bam, lose 6,500. And that can happen so fast, guys. I don't want to hear any criers. I don't want to hear any complainers. Oh, I can't believe this shit pumped back up to $1, Alex. Fuck you, man. You fucking suck. Oh, I can't believe it. You're the freaking worst. Dude, I told you. Set your risk. How much you ready to lose if the shit comes back up to $1. Because it's a 50-50. It can happen so easily from a tweet, from a government bailout, from whatever. So I don't want to hear shit if we come back up to $1. You have to know, entering into this, that this can get back up to $1 so easily. Okay, so that's the kind of the downside to live trading, is you always have to hear that bullshit. You have to hear that. Oh, you're the worst. I can't believe it, dude. I put all my money into this, and now I lost it. Give me back my money, Alex. You're a fucking loser. I can't believe you 13-year-old fucking cocksucker. Oh, you're the worst. You don't know how to predict the market. You think you're the best predictor? You're not the best predictor. Garrett Soloway is way fucking better. Shut the fuck up. I mean, the thing is you guys think I'm like joking when I say that, except those are actual comments I get. I get one prediction wrong. I got idiots saying, you're not a good predictor. You're not that good. Garrett Soloway's better. It's like, whatever, bro. I'm drinking water, guys. Drink more water. You'll feel great. And it's very cliche, right? Drink more water, but it really is a great thing. But I'm probably going to go to sleep here, guys, soon. So I'm not going to stay up all night watching this shit. So we got a little bit left here today before we go to sleep. Maybe I'm going to wake up. Thing is, I'm not even going to set a stop loss, though, right? Why? Okay, here's the two options. You could set a stop loss in profit, right? If you're scared about this thing whiplashing back up. So you could set a stop loss in profit, guys. Or you don't need to set a stop loss, because if it repegs, it'll only be back up to $1. And you don't, it's not an urgent thing like, holy shit, we're at $1. I gotta sell. Oh my God, it's gonna pump out higher, right? Because it'll stop at $1. It can't go higher than $1. So once again, if we reach $1, I'll be down 6,500, but I don't have to fear that it's gonna go any more than that, right? You can see this, $6,600, negative 36%. So I don't have to fear it coming back up and needing to urgently stop myself out. It's gonna stop there, right? It'll just go sideways again at $1 maybe. So there, you don't really need a stop loss either, unless you want to stop yourself out in a profit, which is a fine thing to do if that's what you want to do. How can you join your calls? Should be first link down below this video. Um, in the description of this live stream, like crashtrading.com/crash alerts. It's free to join. You don't need to pay a single penny to get in. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing about hoping this goes to zero, guys, is, if this goes to zero, a lot of people will be hurt. A lot of people will be badly damaged. And it's going to be all the more reason for the government to intervene and just crack down on us. And if you thought shit was bad now, the way they're stalking everything you do, and the way that you can't even send a wire without being interrogated on why that money is being sent, where it's going, to who, why, this, blah blah blah. It's just, you already don't have control of your money. And so, all this is going to be all the more reason for them to control us even harder with a stable coin on the blockchain that is issued by the government. So there's a lot of negatives that come if this goes to zero, right? There's a lot. But I do think that there's still a positive if this goes to zero. One, we'll make like $100,000, which is not bad. But two, hopefully more people wake up to like Monero and Bitcoin and Ethereum, because, wouldn't it be so nice if instead of fucking around in fiat and stupid stable coins, we'd all just, get along on the blockchain with Ethereum, Bitcoin, just, Monero, this stuff, which is unconfiscatable money. It's, you're never going to see Bitcoin do this because of some bank going down, because this bank, over leveraged or did some stupid shit. It's, once again, Bitcoin can crash, but it's not going to be for the reasons that you see USDC crashing right now. It's not going to be because of, stupid shit like that. And ultimately, if we go to zero here on USDC, I would hope all the people who held their money in USDC will say, you know what, fuck that, right? If I was holding, immutable money like Bitcoin or Monero or Litecoin, money that has nothing to do with the state or the government, then I would have been fine. But because I trusted my money with these middlemen, with these, circle jerk the government, right, is all those guys do, you would have been fine. Now, I say that as I'm shorting with USDT, which is also middleman, right? But at the end of the day, I don't want to hold USDT, right? I don't want to, but ultimately what I wish is we would be in a world where we could all just hold crypto only, spend and do everything in crypto, because it's so much better. If you want to send $1 million in Bitcoin, you can go and do that without anyone's permission. But if you want to send $1 million wire transfer, good luck. Good luck. You better show them absolutely everything. Why, who, where, what, when. And of course, $1 million, that's obviously doesn't happen often now, does it? But even with a $20,000 wire transfer, a $5,000 wire transfer, you got to tell them everything. And with crypto, you don't have to do that. So yeah, Monero is not stable. Bitcoin is not stable. Ethereum is not stable. But the whole point is it's unconfiscatable. It is your money, and you don't have to ask permission to use that money. And especially with Monero, you can't get blacklisted, right? No one is going to enforce capital gains taxes on your Monero, but they can enforce capital gains tax on your USDC. And at the end of the day, it's annoying right now because we have USDC, we have fiat, we have US dollars, right? Which is money that is very easy to control you with we can say what you can do with that money, pretty much, for the most part, right? We can say if you can take that wire transfer out or not. But the thing about Bitcoin and Ethereum is, I mean, Bitcoin, Ethereum, you can still stop them, right? Because it's all public. But it's still a significant improvement in some ways. I don't know. I've made so many videos on Monero. At the end of the day, what you have is a government-controlled money, and you have non-government-controlled money. But right now, everyone chooses the government-controlled money. So, I would prefer non-government-controlled money, such as Monero. Bitcoin is still government-controlled to an extent. Ethereum is still government-controlled to an extent, but it's still less controlled. And so, for that, I still appreciate it. If I want to go buy a $100,000 monkey right now, I don't have to ask permission to do that. But if I want to send a $100,000 wire to Binance to then go buy a $100,000 monkey, I do need to ask for permission from the bank. So once again, from the bank you have to ask permission. With crypto, you don't have to ask for permission, you just do. And I prefer that a lot. They lost 8% of their total reserves. How did I get that number? Is just from someone tweeting at me. Which I've seen this tweet around the place. Which is that Circle had 26% of its USDC reserves as cash in banks, including Silvergate and Silicon Valley. So I don't know. I'm not too focused on the facts and the exact numbers of what's going on inside of Coinbase and Circle or whoever's issuing this shit. I'm just focused on the numbers that I can control. I can't control whether Circle has 26% of its USDC reserves in cash, blanks, blah, 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 blah. Or maybe that number is 50%. Maybe they're lying. Maybe it wasn't 26%. Maybe it was 80%. I don't know. I'm not going to go around digging around and verifying if this information is correct. All I'm going to verify is how much money am I going to lose if we come back up to $1. And that's it. That's the number one thing I care about, is defining my risk on a trade. And that is the most important thing in being a good trader, is before you jump into the trade, how much am I going to risk on it? Right? That's the number one question you ask yourself before every trade. How much money am I going to risk on this trade if I'm wrong? How much money am I going to lose if I'm wrong? That's it. Because that is the main variable you can control in your trading. You can't control if a green candle comes out of nowhere that pumps to the moon. You can't control if a red candle comes and dumps everything down. You can't control if FTX collapses the market. You can't control if Brian Armstrong makes a tweet right now and says that everything is fine. You can't control if the U.S. government says they're going to protect everyone and bail Circle out. You can't control any of these things. What you can control is how much will you risk if you're wrong. So focus on what you can control, and the rest will play out, and the worst case happens, bam. So once again, within seconds, this shit can pump up. You just need to be comfortable with that. Okay? But that's the thing about trading that, that's important, I feel like, is every single thing, and this is what I make myself do now as well, is before I jump into a trade, I tell myself, okay, how much am I going to risk on this trade? So not before I even think about the trade. No. Well, first I look at the trade, I plan it out. So like, let's say I'm going to short Bitcoin, double top there, bam, bam. All right. So let's say I was going to short it right here. Okay. Don't just jump into the trade with like some random amount. First, look at this and say, okay, I want to put my stop loss right here on this trade. Okay. And then you're going to decide how much will I lose on that stop loss. So don't just go put a random amount on the trade. Don't just go put like 20,000 or something. Say like, okay, if this trade hits my stop loss, I will lose and then you decide, how much should I lose on this trade if it's gonna hit my stop loss? So this is the thing. You need to decide your stop loss before you decide your risk. Okay, stop loss comes before you decide your risk. First, you need to set your stop loss. 2, you need to decide your risk for the stop loss. What a lot of people do, the opposite is, you will decide how much you're going to risk, and then you will put the stop loss in accordance to the risk. So for example, a guy says he wants to short Bitcoin at 69K here. Okay. But what he does first is he says, I'm willing to risk, $30,000 on this trade. So he shorts Bitcoin here, okay, but his stop loss is right there. Okay, so his stop loss right here is minus 30,000. All right, guys, sorry, this is so hard to type, right? So first he sets the stop loss. He sets the stop loss at minus 30,000. What you really want to do is first decide where do you want to put your stop loss, and then how much do you want to risk at that stop loss. So really, basically this guy jumps in with the ideas, I'm willing to lose $30,000, put it in. But the thing is, him risking that $30,000, maybe he put on too high leverage or too big of a position where he doesn't get to put his stop loss where he wants to put his stop loss. So his stop loss is actually here for minus 30,000. Whereas the guy who does it the opposite way around, he decides for this trade, for the stop loss, or I don't know, I feel like I'm not explaining this well, but the point is, you can have a stop loss with minus 30,000 right here, or you can have a stop loss with minus 30,000 up here. Right? It's very different things. Right? And I think that's something like, I don't know, I guess I'm not explaining it well. But so basically people will jump into the position first saying, I'm going to risk 30,000, but that stop loss is not where they actually want it to be. Whereas what you want to do is decide, hey, I'm going to risk $30,000 with my stop loss here, right? It's two very different things to jump in and have a $30,000 stop loss right here and jump in and have a $30,000 stop loss up here where you actually wanted your stop loss. So I wish I could have explained this better. I did a very bad job of explaining this, right? But it's very different things, okay? So a lot of people will say, I'm willing to lose $30,000. Okay, you're willing to lose $30,000 where? Okay, and that's the thing. That's where a lot of people make the mistake, is they're losing $30,000 there when the truth is, in validation, where they really were okay to lose $30,000 would have been up there, right? So don't let your risk make your stop loss. Let your stop loss make your risk, or make them work together, but don't let them not be together. It's I don't know. But it overall makes sense if you're listening to, if you're just looking at the visual of minus 30K stop loss there or minus 30K stop loss there. The difference is one guy is risking 30K, the other guy is also risking 30K, but this guy is risking 30K with his stop loss at a place that he actually does not want his stop loss to be, in a spot that's actually uncomfortable, in a spot that actually, if he wished he could do it around the other way, he would wish his stop loss was up there. So that can actually make a massive difference in your trading if you can understand that. And if I could hopefully explain that to you in this stream, that can make a huge difference in your trading, right? So yeah, these are little gems, I guess, or these are little explanations that I don't take the time to explain in YouTube videos, because these are not the things that people usually stick around and listen or watch. But yeah, hopefully you guys are picking up on some stuff just watching the live stream. And it's great because, typically every time I start up a live stream, my internet goes down like every 30 seconds. Somehow we've lasted today like 40 minutes, I'm guessing, or an hour probably by this point. So that's good. Best trade you've ever seen, dude. People who shorted Luna, people who shorted UST, that was a 500 million times better trade. This trade so far ain't shit. This trade hasn't done nothing. Dude, this trade, you think this is the best trade you ever seen? Give it 2 seconds and I'm going to be losing $6,500, okay? So if this is your definition of the best trade you've ever seen, get ready. Within 2 seconds, this shit could be the worst trade you've ever seen and financial ruin, okay? According to your definition, you know? Like, guys, I'm telling you, within seconds, I will not be surprised if the price goes up to $1 and I'm down 6,500. I'm already ready for the people in the comments to be like, you know, just talking shit, saying all this and that. Whatever, bro. I really don't care. Bitcoin dumping here a little. I think we got UFC tomorrow, right? Marab versus Dvalishvili. I mean, I'm sorry, Marab versus Piotr. This is gonna be crazy, guys. Intentionally giving the opposite trades. Not sure what that means. It would be that blue guy favorite video. I think you're talking about unprofitable blue. All right, let's make some picks here. Piotr Jan. This is a tough fight. You don't want to bet money on, that's for sure. Don't bet money on this fight. Don't bet money on this fight. Don't bet money on this fight. But I'm gonna go. No. Fuck. Don't bet money on this fight. Don't bet money on this fight. I would not bet money on that fight either. This fight, you could bet on. I love both guys, but I would say Cejudo is a fairly safe bet there. But also, it depends on the odds. If his odds are too expensive, I wouldn't bet on him there. Dude, these are amazing fights coming up. Like, the fact I said, don't bet on this, don't bet on this, don't bet on this, don't bet on this. Like, these are some freaking awesome fights coming up. Said Nurmagomedov, Alexander Romanov, Piotr Jan. Alexander Romanov. That's not Is that the guy fighting Marvin Vettori, or is that someone else? No, Alexander Romanov. I think that might be a heavyweight. Not exactly sure. I know the name. I can't think of the face right now. All right. I'm not logged into BitGet right now on this computer. But I'm probably gonna lose 1,700 on that trade. Not even. It depends. My stop loss on this Bitcoin long trade I have right now is 19,350, and I am risking minus $1,700 right here. So these are my two trades right now. I'm long on Bitcoin, looking like I might lose some money here on that. My entry was right around here. So this is my Bitcoin trade. Currently, I think it's down. I have to check on my phone right now because I'm not logged in on this computer. My Bitcoin trade is down. Let's see. It's loading. Oh my god, my internet's so shit. Are we still here? Yeah, we're still here. Okay, good. Okay, I'm down $630 right now on my Bitcoin trade. Minus 630 currently here on this trade. And then on this trade, up 4,800. But within seconds, dude, this shit could blast off back up to $1. Could lose $6,500 there. So total on the table. Worst that's gonna happen to me here in the next 24 hours maybe is I'll lose $6,500 there, and I will lose $1,700 there, for a grand total of $8,200 of risk on the board right now. Okay, and that right there is the most important thing you have to be able to do, is calculate your risk, and then your reward is going to be in proportion or a direct output of your risk. So you control your risk first before you think about your profits. You control your risk before the results. Everything, you have to control the risk before anything and everything. Once you get good, if you can control the risk, you will have, I can't say you'll for sure have great results, but you will have way better results. Because, for example, if you control your risk, but you have, you just lose like 90% of your trades, well, even through controlling your risk, you're still not going to be making money, right? Probably. But, yeah, for the most part, if you control your risk, the other variables will take care of itself. But the most important variable that you can take care of when you're trading is your risk. So important. Not enough people talk about it. Or, everyone says, use proper risk management. Use proper risk management. But no one really explains the importance that risk is the most important variable within the equation of trading. If you control that variable, you greatly maximize the output, because the input is risk. To make money in trading, you have to have an input. So you input the risk into the machine, and it spits out your output, right? Spits out your output. You need an input for an output. You input your risk, you get your output. I see the chat right now. It's only whenever I scroll over here. Motivate guys who come into my comment section and say, "Oh, you suck ass at predicting. Gareth Solway is better." I'm definitely not going to motivate you, bro. Oh, I'm not even mad, bro. I just find it funny. But, you can't be talking shit and then asking for help, right? Like, who does that? You can't be doing that. You know what I mean? Litecoin at $40 would be freaking amazing. UST is down 1% today. Holy shit. Dude, I really think Litecoin has a chance to, go down to $40. That would be amazing. Dude, I love Litecoin. Like, I think it's gonna do so good with time here, man. Like, especially if they're gonna consider Ethereum a security or other things securities. It's just a very positive thing for Litecoin. Wait a second. Where is Bitstamp? Huh. Okay. Let's see. How long have we been streaming for, guys? I don't know how long it's been, but it's been a decent. Oh, it's been 1 hour. Exactly 1 hour. Litecoin down 10%. Litecoin's been getting crushed, man. You hate to see it, but look what it did. Litecoin Bitcoin pair is wrecked here. Right, look at this. That bullish divergence did not play out. Look at me right here. Me is calling for this to be bullish, and we broke down instead, which we were aware of. We knew that could happen, and it did happen. So, for example, Litecoin has been outperforming Bitcoin for the last, bam, for the last 260 days. It has been destroying Bitcoin. Now we broke this uptrend, and now it's going to be underperforming Bitcoin, I think. So that is good news overall if you're someone accumulating Litecoin like me, who wants a lot of Litecoin, because I look at Litecoin and I think it's going to be a $700 thing later in the future. Get off me, bro. Right? So now I'm happy that Litecoin is going to be underperforming Bitcoin here. And if that happens, that means Litecoin has a greater chance to come down to these targets of $40, $50, and that's fucking amazing. Okay? Because now I get to trade in $40 to $50 Litecoin, right? For $700 Litecoin someday. Because that's what I believe is going to happen. Right? So for me, I love it. Because it can underperform, which is great because it means we're going to get lower Litecoin. The lower the Litecoin you get, the higher the multiple you get when we eventually hit $700 in Litecoin, right? So I love it as someone who's very bullish on Litecoin in the long term. And I've talked about the Dogecoin chart and the pattern that Litecoin's doing, which is the exact same as Bitcoin. So overall, the overall destination will be up here somewhere with time, I believe. And so now we get to come back down closer to the ultimate bottom, right? Which is good for me. Closer to the ultimate bottom, the higher I get to trade it in for later. So I love it. $700 seems a little conservative. Yeah, I mean, I think $700 is conservative target on Litecoin, right? Now, I can't tell if you're being sarcastic. You may think I'm crazy for thinking Litecoin will go to $700, but it's actually not that crazy. Let's see here. Okay. Check this out. So Litecoin's at a $5 billion market cap right now. Okay. Which is 1/25 the market of Bitcoin. Okay. So Litecoin is 4% as valuable as Bitcoin right now. I believe that in the future, Litecoin could be up to as valuable as 10% of Bitcoin, right? Which is a 2.5x multiple here for Bitcoin to gain, what's it called? Share against Bitcoin. So right now, right, Litecoin is worth 4% of Bitcoin. Well, in the short term, we're probably going to see Litecoin not be worth 4% as much as Bitcoin, right? Because if it's going to underperform Bitcoin here, then we're probably going to see Litecoin come down maybe another 20%. So Litecoin will probably be 3% the overall share of Bitcoin. A 3% share of Bitcoin, if Litecoin goes up to 9% share of Bitcoin, right, that means you are getting 3 times more value by holding your Litecoin in the long term, assuming I'm correct in that thesis and that statement that Litecoin will gain share against Bitcoin in the longer term. Not in the short term right now, but in the longer term. So if Litecoin were to gain 3x share over Bitcoin, and it's at 0.0027, right? Let's just say it got to 0.0026, 0.0027, it gains 3x share, that gets it up to right around here, which is where I was targeting, right? So that's kind of in line with the charts. And I've done the analysis and the chart breakdown before. It's a little hard to do right now on this one. Let's see, LTC BTC. Do we need to go to Bitstamp, or do we need to go to another one? I'm not sure. The point is, yeah. Okay, great. See this pattern right here? It's gonna be very hard for Litecoin to be much less valuable than 4% to 2% of the share of Bitcoin, right? You need to understand that Litecoin is gonna be very likely a ratio of Bitcoin, because it's like the silver to Bitcoin being gold. So you need to understand that based on the ratio of Litecoins to Bitcoins, we're at a point where there's not really much downside for the pair. Like, once again, Litecoin is probably always going to be at least 2% as valuable as Bitcoin, right? And so 2% as valuable as Bitcoin will put it at a floor right here. Do you understand that 0.002 would be the floor? Or something like that, right? So you understand, if Litecoin has an intrinsic ratio to Bitcoin, and it's always going to be worth 2% as valuable as Bitcoin, or something like that, right? 2% or 3%. If we can agree on that, then we agree that there is a floor here for Litecoin versus Bitcoin, right? It's somewhere around here. The floor is somewhere around here. And when you realize that you have a floor here, and you have what we have seen, the upside in the past, what it's been, you have an amazing floor beneath you, but you have all this air up above you, right? And that's incredible. That's amazing, because you get to buy in a floor with no consequence, right? Assuming Litecoin always maintains like 2% the ratio, network ratio of Bitcoin, right? If Bitcoin's going to be worth 100 million, Litecoin worth 2 million, right? I know it's not in the millions, it's in the billions, but I'm just saying that for example, right? If it's always 2%, then we understand the floor of this pair has to be around here somewhere. And that is an amazing thing to buy at a floor, not at a premium. Because if you can buy at a floor, there's a very good chance you can sell at a premium. You see, this was all premium. This is the floor. So if I can buy at a floor and sell at a premium, I am putting myself in a very advantageous position. I am buying at a very discounted, undervalued rate compared to what we've seen in the past, and where all this air above, that's where we can get to, right? I don't know how high this pair will go to. I don't know if it'll stop there. 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 But what I do know is that shit will stop here, because that is the floor. As long as it maintains a ratio to Bitcoin, this will be a floor for the pair forever. If it can just stay 2% the value of Bitcoin, which I do believe it is absolutely going to stay a ratio of Bitcoin of at least 2%, because it is the silver to Bitcoin being the gold. And once you understand that, you understand you are buying at the floor to sell at a possible premium. But hey, if you buy at the floor and it doesn't appreciate, but even if we just stay at the floor, you're not losing anything by holding Litecoin over Bitcoin, right? You're just keeping the same value. So I love that, because I get to buy Litecoin with no penalty, but with massive reward upside. So hopefully that makes sense, dude. I hope everyone gets that. Like, this is a serious game, bro, in my opinion. Like, I feel like people don't understand this. This is a floor with the potential to sell at premiums. But you have no penalty for buying at the floor. But you have a ton of upside for doing it. So that is why I'm so bullish on Litecoin over Bitcoin, you know? It's an amazing play. And it's a very safe one, especially if you agree with my statement that Litecoin is going to maintain a ratio of value to Bitcoin, being the silver to Bitcoin's gold, being a commodity, one of the very few digital commodities in the crypto, market cap space that you can look, right? Digital commodity, maybe a security, probably a security, that shit has got a court case right now. That's basically security. Most everything is basically a security. What we can say for a fact, Monero's not a security, Litecoin's not a security, and Bitcoin's not a security. These are the top 3 guaranteed not security coins. Also, Dogecoin's not a security, right? So when money pulls in to non-security coins, these 4, Bitcoin, Dogecoin, maybe, Litecoin, and what was the other one? We'll get the main absorption of that money. So yeah, to all the people who say Litecoin is rubbish, Litecoin is a shitcoin, Litecoin is garbage, you should think about it some more. I feel like you should look at it some more. Did you ever do any critical thinking? Did you ever do any thinking of at all before you said that? No, you probably just thought who uses Litecoin, whatever. In my opinion, this is the way I look at it. So I think it's a very cool perspective that basically no one thinks about. Everyone just trashes Litecoin, says it's not good. This is the way I see it. So I think it's going to do extremely well. I think once there's regulation, it's going to do so well because the money is going to pour in to Bitcoin, Litecoin, especially. Maybe Bitcoin Cash, maybe. I don't know. So, all right, guys. I think that might be it for me today, guys. We've streamed for 1 hour and 12 minutes. I appreciate everyone coming in here. And guys, you can rewatch this stream here in a minute. It'll auto upload, I believe. And especially near the beginning of it, I do explain it in detail. Now, interesting, we're actually being paid for shorting USDC. What the hell? That's actually surprising. Now, if we're being paid to short USDC, does that mean that everyone's long of it? I don't know. Now, maybe, just maybe, before I end the stream, I just might move my stop loss to break even. The only reason I'll do that is to not hear shit from people if the shit comes back up to $1, and then people will blame me and be like, they lost all their money in the bear market because of me, because I didn't set the stop loss to break even. That's the only reason I would do it right now. What should I do, guys? Right, because this shit comes back up to $1, I'll have some people blame me and say it's all your fault, But if I say, nah, dude, it's your fucking fault. I set my stop loss to break even. You should have as well. That was your choice, right? I mean, that's the thing it's your fucking choice right now. I have my stop loss, or I don't have any stop loss, right? Because I've already explained we don't need a stop loss on this trade because the max it can go to is $1 and then it'll stop, right? So, yeah, guys. You think USDC is probably going to come back up? Yeah, I mean, the thing is, yeah, like I said, I'm very, very comfortable being down 6,500 on coming back up, right? But other people, right, you have to think about the comments of what other people say. Oh, I lost all my money. For example, if you're this Mo guy, he can't sell his USDC on Coinbase, but this guy, right, if I make a good prediction, I'll be the greatest. But when I make a wrong prediction, you got guys like Mo who will come in the comments and say you're the worst predictor and Gareth Soloway's better than you, right? And so it's you have to also think that, once again, if people are following you right here, and doing the same thing, right? Well, some other people, so let's say I'm risking 6,500, but let's say fucking Mo is out here risking all his money. Let's say he's risking like $180,000, and then when he loses 180,000, he's gonna go in my comment section and, oh, you fucking suck. Oh, do it slowly, right? Like that's what you got to think about. It's not just about me. It's about the inability of others to take responsibilities for their actions. And when they lose $180,000, they're gonna come into my comment section and give me shit, right? I lost $150,000 because of you. I should have never trusted a 13-year-old day trader. I should have known better. What the fuck was I thinking? Trusting that guy. God, I hate myself. I'll fucking never trade again. Never. I will never do it again. Nah, I just say I'm 13. I'm not actually 13. I just fuck with people. Ugh. So yeah, this is my Bitcoin trade though, right here. But alright guys, you know what I'll do? I mean, I don't even want to take profit on half, because if I take profit on half, it means I'm only going to make like 40,000 if we come back to like 10 cents. But you know what? I don't know. I just don't want to have some more mo's in my comments on my next video or in the comments. Like, you guys don't have to deal with that shit. I do, though. You know, it's a little annoying when people blame you for a winning trade. Like I said, guys, it's not my fault if this shit comes back up to $1. I told you the probability of that's like 50-50. It could so easily come back up to $1. And I could so easily lose 6,500 here. It's like, it's totally on the table. I wake up, it could easily be down 6,500. It's not a big deal. It's just like if you're saying, hey, I'm risking $20. Do you care? No. But hey, if somebody out there is risking $180,000, he's going to care a lot, and he's going to give me a lot of shit for it, and he's going to blame me. So I don't know. Bruh, it's not like I talk like that. Chill. Alright. I am going to take 1/4 off the table. Okay? We're going to close 1/4. Oh shit. Bam! Look at this, guys. We took some profit. And now, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to fucking do it. I'm going to do it. I don't want Mo. I don't want some broke Joe out there fucking blaming me if this shit gets back up to $1. Alright? So, worst case, this is what we're going to do. 93 cents. To protect myself from the Mo's and the broke Joes out there. 0.931. $109 profit. Stop loss. Bam. Okay? So that means 1,300 plus 100. I am guaranteed gonna make $1,400 on this trade, guys. Okay? Guaranteed. So I do not want to hear any Mo's, any bros, any hoes in my comment section tomorrow if this shit's at $1. I don't want to hear shit. Okay? So retweet this shit on Twitter. I'll post my stream link down below so people can watch this stream back and understand the reasoning, the analysis, the whole stuff here. And that way, hopefully we don't have any guys losing 180K on a bounce back up to $1, if that happens. But there's nothing wrong with losing 180K, especially if you got like 10 mil and you just, like, there's nothing wrong with that at all. The problem is when you're a guy who wants to blame others because you over-risked, and you know, it doesn't matter. Anyways, guys, I'm out. thank you so much for joining me on this stream today. Enjoy the profits. And if you guys want to join my Telegram alerts channel, it's completely free to join. I alerted everyone live in there when we were at 94 cents. So, all right, guys. I will see you later. Take care. Be safe. Don't pull a mo. I'll see you guys later. Bye.